Welcome to the Cool of the Day. Today's segment's Keeping It Real with Donna and David Burks. Donna will be returning next week. I recently met a neighborhood barber who started his career at the age of 14 and was then 20 years ago. He now owns a thriving barber shop established in Green Valley, Virginia. He has a very creative business strategy and has never stopped giving back to the community. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Teryl Hackley to our show today.
How you doing, Dave?
Thank you, sir, for coming today.
It's an honor.
Our first question is, when and where did you first begin your career?
I started in Arlington, a community called Green Valley, and I started pretty much in my home, learning from my aunt. My aunt's name is Miss Jackie Johnson. She was a hairstylist at the time, and I was around age 13, 12, and started there, and then I continued to stick with her.
Oh, that's great. Okay, did you go to barber school or learn from a relative? Is that correct?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I learned from my Aunt Jackie, but I attended a barber beauty college in Maryland. It was called Bladensburg Barber Academy, and I went there for 1,500 hours, and I achieved my barber license, and then I came back and got my master barber license.
Your name is very unique. How did you come up with your name? Conservative Cuts.
Wow. I was cutting a lot of professional clients' hair, and I always wanted to keep it simple. So I asked them, how you doing? And they say how they doing, and I said, what type of cut you like to have? And so I simplified it by saying, well, you like to have a conservative cut. And they all agreed, and I constantly kept saying that over and over. And then I came up with a title for my business by naming it Conservative Cuts.
Wow, that's pretty cool name.
Yes, man.
Okay, I know that you're married and you have some children. How do you balance your business and your family life?
Being married and having children and balancing the business and the family life, being married is awesome. I balance the business out by discussing a lot of things with my wife and I. We discuss things, and we try to simplify our morning and our evenings. And within the day, while I'm at work, I do what I have to do, and I always try to stay focused. And I also spend quality time with my wife. You know, ask her for advice, and she guides me on, and we try to keep it in one niche.
So is your wife in the business with you, or does she have a job herself?
She has a job.
Okay.
She's pretty much, she's there for me though at all times, and she works full time. She's a project analyst, management, and take care of things, and but she always give me great advice.
That's really good that your wife supports you in your business, because that's very important in business to, if you're married, to have the partners to support you.
Healthy too.
Yes, very healthy. Okay. In the business itself, you know, what do you actually do in your shop? What type of services do you give to your customers?
The services that I offer my clients and customers, we have raw shaves. We particularly try to keep it traditional barbering. We have traditional haircuts. Keep up with the latest styles. We have to, you know. And then we offer beauty as well for the ladies. So the ladies does the same thing. They style the women's hair, or they shampoo, pyramid. We also do weaves and braiding. And we pretty much try to keep everything, you know, moderation. But traditionally, we try to keep everything, the basic barbering and hairstylists.
Now, recently, I understand that you were telling me that you just added that to your business.
Right.
So you're expanding your business for the ladies now.
what happened was, there was a close friend. She came to visit the community.
Right.
And we used to work together in my younger years as a professional barber. And when she said she was moving back and I offered the services, she said she would be more than honored to work there. So I upgraded the place and added a beauty side. And I added another lady, so it's 2 wonderful ladies there, and they're doing well.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's sort of like giving back to the community. I also know that you do a lot of community services.
Yes, I do.
I remember you telling me about the time that you went to an event and you actually set up like a barber shop
wow.
there and was cutting hair. Is that correct?
Yes, I always try to do anything to give back. When I first did it, giving back, I did it at retirement homes. And then when I got later on in the years, they asked me, can I do anything for the community? And I said, sure. So I brought my equipment out. I have my chair, the mirrors, the hot towel machine, lather machines. So we shampooing people's hair and grooming them and giving them a nice precision cut outside with a nice,
that's cool.
A commercial fan to keep us cool and all that stuff. But it was great. It was great.
Wow.
And for free.
Well, that's very important.
Yes, it was for free.
That's definitely giving it back. So what advice would you give a young man that would want to start out or start their business as a barber? What advice would you give them? Because I know it's a tough business to get into. There's like on every corner there's a barber shop,
yes,
so what advice would you actually give a young man that maybe coming out of barber school?
The advice that I give any student, because nowadays there's women and men in this profession, you have to, I learned how to accept constructive criticisms. And that guided me, and that was my run. I ran for it. I listened to people. I also had some hard times now. I had some hard times financially, and then as far as like other barbershops on every corner. But you got to hang in there. You got to stick with it. Get the proper education. If you're going to learn from someone, make sure that guy has your full attention and he has your back. And put a lot of trust in the craft so you can read up on it and learn the history and learn how those who have a barbershop, you got to learn if the business was good at the beginning or did it actually become a great business throughout the career of your life of being a barber.
Now, since you established your business in the Green Valley, Arlington area, and Woodbridge is a long ways from there.
Yes.
So how would do you still have customers coming to you?
The good thing about that is that even though I started in Green Valley, Arlington, Virginia, a lot of the family and friends and clients, they moved out our communities and they moved south. And Woodbridge is a great area to raise your family, military as well.
Right.
And so my clients, they all moved with me. And one day I was asking my clients where they live at.
Right.
And I started asking them. Majority of them said Woodbridge. And then I said, okay, that might be the next area that I need to pursue for my future.
Definitely a growing area in the Woodbridge area.
It's thriving.
Lot of people there.
Yes.
They definitely need a great place to come and get their hair cut.
Oh, wow. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah. I know you have a very successful business there, and been visiting your shop, and
Appreciate
and it's
you.
always
Welcome.
clean in there.
We gotta keep it
it's
clean,
like the cleanest barbershop I've ever seen. That's
I won't eat off the floor. I can lay on the floor, but it's
Right.
clean.
Yes. Okay. In your community, how does God play a part in your career and your family?
In the community, how God plays a part in my career and in my family. You have to get on your knees and pray, because if it weren't for God, I wouldn't be in this situation.
Exactly. Yeah.
I ask God, I give him all. I ask him, give me wisdom, purify my blood, purify my mind, and the words that come out of my mouth as I speak, I make sure it's his words. And far as the community, if they open my doors or they see me going to a 7-Eleven or a pizza place, I always welcome with a handshake or a smile.
Right.
Or if they in need, I help them out in any areas.
That's great.
And my family-wise, we practice that. And I have to lead by example.
Yeah.
And my daughter, she gives to shelters, and my wife does the same thing. And that's what we practice.
Yeah. You know, and in the communities, when I go out with business owners and everything,
Yes.
I give them 3 things to go by.
Okay.
The first one is put God first,
Absolutely.
put family second, and your business third.
Yes.
And you'll have a fantastic business. It will grow fast, and your family will be so tight that God will help them in every aspect that they do.
I believe in that. You have to give God first. And like we was discussing earlier, if it wasn't for Him, we all wouldn't be here. And the money that we have, that we earn, that's God's money.
Right.
You know.
Okay. In the industry, how do you see yourself going forward?
The industry, it's changing. I see more of, I see the science side of it. You know, you're dealing with a lot of nationalities. You have the different textures of hair. So the products that we have to offer our clients, it has to be the best product for them.
Right.
Some clients might lose hair or health issues.
Right.
So you have to learn your clients. And I think it's moving towards of the hair care, the skin care, and also promoting yourself, because the social media is there for you, but you have to, do it well and use it wisely.
Right. Okay, well, we're going to take a short break here, and we're going to be right back. So stay tuned, please.
Thank you.
We cannot approve the loan until your wife goes back to work. I'm sorry.
Housing discrimination isn't always obvious or straightforward, but it is against the law. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, protects your rights to equal opportunity in housing.
If you've experienced housing discrimination, HUD can help. They can pursue compensation for your injuries and protect your equal opportunity to housing free of discrimination.
Welcome back to Keeping It Real with Donna and David Burks. Our special guest is Teryl Hackley. Prior to the break, we were discussing some of the issues that you may have in your business. I know you have employees. What issues that you may have with the employees?
Some of the issues that I have with employees is the bad habits that they learned from the previous shop they had came from. We try to practice being very professional,
Right.
having a great conversation with children and their parents, or someone that can't really speak English, And then we try to assist them by being comfortable. And so what we do, we try to teach them our ways by being very clean, being very precious, taking care of your tools, and being very respectful. You have to be respectful because that carries your name in and out of the shop.
Now,
And
with the little children that come in, I see that they get up on your bench there and they're moving their heads all around and everywhere. How do you actually cut their hair because they're moving so much? Is there a trick to that, or?
Well, the boys. Now, this is what I do with boys. The little boys, they come there. I teach them that how to ball a fist. I tell them, ball your fist. Now, if it tickle, if it hurt, ball your fist up a little tighter. And then I said, when you ball your fist up tighter, that's how you hit your little brother or somebody. Or
So you get them distracted.
Yeah, just get a little distracted. Just teach them something. Stop thinking about the haircut. Just learn how to enjoy the moments. And
Right.
and listen to them. You have to listen to them. If you don't listen to them, they don't want to be in a chair. They don't want to be in a barber shop. And I let them run around a little bit because they probably driving. God knows where they're coming from.
Right.
You never know what the parents are going through, and you talk to them, and you talk to them so that the parents can hear the conversation.
Right.
Because the parents don't hear certain things from the children.
So you're not only a barber,
Right.
but you're actually listening to everybody's issues that they have, and
They have a lot to talk about.
a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
So in your business, what challenges do you have? Because I know you actually still cut hair,
Yes.
and you still have to run the business itself. So what challenges do you have that you have to take care of in between there?
It's a lot of opportunity people bring to me,
Yeah.
and it's like I want to leave sometimes, but I can't because it's in me. I want to go out here and pursue something else to help various people. I want to give back, but I have to be there. So you never know nobody's situation.
Right.
Sometimes people come there with no money, and I treat them as if they're the best client, and I already know their situation.
Right.
Or you just ask them, can they help you, when you know when you know they don't have everything they need, and then once those who are in my surroundings see that, you never know who can help us out as well.
Right.
Because some people they would bring in food, bread, clothing, gifts, and stuff like that, and we just pass that out to those who we know are in need.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's,
Yes.
that's definitely giving back to the community, and definitely giving back. You will receive a lot also.
But you don't let them feel as if they're not welcome.
Right. Yeah.
That's the main thing.
The main
So,
thing.
and what happens is the other employees, they'll piggyback off of that, so we can bridge that gap.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. So let's talk about your vision. What do you see yourself? Are you franchising? Do you feel like you want to franchise your business, or we've talked a lot about that before. I know that you really like Texas, but right now they're having a little bit of flooding down there. So have you changed your mind on that aspect?
I like Texas. I like to have a business in a mountain setting like Colorado or the Rappahannock in our western part of Virginia. I think I want to consult.
Okay.
Go through the barbershops in various estates and see how they operate in their business, or maybe attend any sessions in these barber schools and learn these new cuts, new
okay.
language, and just get myself out there, get branded.
Right.
Create a
So
brand.
do you think at one time that you may want to open a barber school or
Yes.
a barber supply company? That you're going it from all aspects. You're starting at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then you actually have your shop. Then you have the actual supply company to supply all your barber shops. Do you think that may be in your future?
Yes, I always wanted to have a barber school, a barber college. I like to give people a chance to teach. I like to give people a chance to even receive a license. And within that school, I like to teach them the science side. Maybe we could come up with some type of idea of how we could create products so we could take care of everyone. A new tool. It's I would say 2020 now. You want to have everything wireless,
Right.
and you just want to keep advancing. You don't want to stay stagnated. You just want to advance and still keep the traditional barber,
Yeah.
within you, and also your employees.
Because people like that traditional barbershop
Yes.
feel, and
Yes.
they feel comfortable in there. And I know plenty of times I've come into your shop, and everybody's sitting around, and it gets loud in there
Yes.
sometimes. It's
Yes.
like because everybody, and there may be a basketball game on that you're watching, and it's just like everybody gets excited, So that's a pretty good environment.
Yes.
So you set a really good environment in your shop itself for the customers and the employees themselves.
I learned it's the music.
That's the music.
It's the music. We put jazz on, calm them down. I had an incident, if you don't mind me sharing. I
Okay.
had a guy like Saturday. I got off of work. This happened just Saturday. I was closed at 8 o'clock for the Memorial Weekend. And I gave him a card probably like 5 months in the past. And he recited my name, and I said, I'm the guy, and I cut his hair. And he was explaining to me about his wife's situation. And he was a deacon at a church, and his wife pretty much died on him. And
Wow.
she came back to life. And she told him she wanted a pizza. And I have a pizza shop next door to my barbershop.
Yes, you do. That's right.
And then she said, why are we getting a pizza? Can you go get your haircut, honey? You know.
Uh-huh.
And then he shared that story with me. He started crying.
Oh, wow.
And that kind of got to me because I could be there for his wife and him. And she was in a wheelchair. She couldn't walk. But the fact that that moment, him and I had to share his past and his present. And the future is here now. They've been together for 50 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
But she wanted to go to church after she woke up.
That's fantastic.
Those are things that keep me from not leaving the shop.
Right, so you're actually helping people, listening to people.
Oh, yes.
Understanding, because a lot of people, they just want somebody to listen to
Exactly.
the situation that they're
Exactly.
in. And to make them feel good, and and understanding that somebody is actually, listening to what their problems that they have. Because if they keep all that in, that's not good.
And the young youth. The youth.
Yes,
You never know. Somebody walk past you, ask, hey, how you doing, young man? And you never know what that conversation leads to. You never know.
So if I was to be a barber, I had my license, and I came to you to actually try to work in your shop, how does that work?
I will. I listen to you. I wouldn't care how you cut hair. I wouldn't.
Right.
I don't judge you on how you cut, as long as you're coachable.
Right.
And then I'll teach you how to stand up for yourself and represent yourself in the business, and then eventually the skills will come out of you.
Yeah, because the times I visit your shop, every so often I see a new person there.
Right.
It seems like, I came from the automotive field, and a lot of mechanics, they jump from place to place to place. So is that something that happens to people that cut hair? They try
It's possible.
to go to
It's
different
possible.
barber shops?
It's possible because it has a lot to do with the owner, and then it has a lot to do with how the setting is in there, and the barbers. Can we get along?
Right, yeah.
Can your clients get along with my clients?
That's true.
Or can we all grow together till we could have some mutual understanding?
Because I know you have one barber there that you've been in your shop for quite a while.
Yes, that's my cousin, Mr. Chester. Squeak.
So you two work very well together, because I see that when I'm in there. And
We started together, and he came from an area called Staunton, Virginia. And we used to ride around, dream about this. We was probably 20 years old at the time, 21. Just dreaming about having a barbershop, getting our license, and doing nice
Right.
designs, or having a decent home and family. We grew up, and we stuck together.
so you really chased your dream.
Yes.
And you accomplished that. You have a really nice barbershop there. And it's fantastic that people have dreams and they actually go after them. A lot of folks, they just have a dream, but they don't really chase their dream and make it where it needs to
Exactly.
be.
We chased our dream together, but I need to offer. It's something that he's need or he wanted to do. Now it's my turn to help him. Whatever it is, I have my back. I have his back.
Right.
Excuse me, I have his back. I'll be there for him because he's been there for me ever since I opened my doors.
So to continue with your business, how do you do marketing? Is there marketing in barbershops? Do you have to? I know that you have signs on your windows.
Yes.
Do you do your marketing? What's your marketing strategy?
We also word of mouth. We have people that will say, well, this guy or this shop, they have great business there. Facebook, the old ways, flyers, cards, shaking people's hands, talking to them, get to meet them. And 9 times out of 10, your customers will promote you.
Right.
And then it leads to the doors just opening. One time we was Squeak and I, we was working, And we looked around, it wasn't no existing clients. It was just new clients in the shop, and every chair was filled.
So how do you go by, I know this is a crazy question, but when if somebody doesn't like their haircut and they want their money back, or how does that work? Because I've always wondered that myself, you know, like, well, I'm not satisfied with my haircut, so what are you going to do?
It happens, but you have to lead him to another barber if he's there, if he could cut the hair much better, or if you're the only barber in there and you mess their haircut, you take responsible of your actions and you apologize. But 9 times out of 10 they'll come back, or it could be a miscommunication. Maybe the client couldn't communicate. So it all goes back on. If you are a person that normally get a haircut all the time,
Right.
if your previous barber didn't teach you how to explain how to get a haircut, you don't know how to explain it.
Wow, well, that's very good, because you know, customer relations is very good in all businesses. And
Yes, it is.
seemed like you have a really good shop there. So we're coming to a closing today. We really thank Teryl for coming in. If you're in
Thank
the
you.
Woodbridge area, please visit his shop. And Donna, I will see you next week. And remember, keep it real.
All right.
God
Keep
bless.
it real. God bless you.